Prime Minister, dear Georgia, President Zelenskyy, dear Volodymyr, dearest Olena, what a pleasure that you came along too. Thank you very much for being here. Fellow leaders, excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I remember very well the first Ukraine Recovery Conference 3 years ago. It was just a few months after Russia unleashed destruction and bloodshed on a scale not seen since the Second World War. I remember the pain of the Ukrainian people. But even more vividly, I remember just how quickly they picked themselves up and began to rebuild. In the liberated towns of Irpin and Bucha, and with restored homes, schools and hospitals. And Europe has been there at your side from day one on, and Europe will be at your side as long as it takes. Today, we gather here in this eternal city to show our enduring commitment to Ukraine. Our resolve is unflinching, our support unwavering, because we will always be at Ukraine's side, and you can count on us. Now more than ever, Ukraine can count on Europe. Our solidarity continues on all fronts, militarily, financially, and politically. And let me start with the military side. Ukraine's military has done what many said was impossible. They reached holding back the Russians and crippling their navy and their bomber fleet. This is impressive. Ukraine is the frontier of military innovation. But Russia's arms race continues. This is a war from Russia of resources and competing defense systems, as much as it is a war of values. So we must continue to invest in Ukraine's defense and tech primacy. Our Defense Readiness 2030 plan will be key. It will make available the necessary resources and fiscal space to deliver a surge in military capabilities. And it will boost investment in Ukraine's defense industry. In addition, supporting Ukraine will also allow member states to reach their NATO target of 3.5 plus 1.5% of GDP. All told, over 800 billion euros can be mobilized, so there is sufficient finance. But we also need to organize to ensure that the needs of the member states and Ukraine can be matched. And this is why we will be working through the SAFE instrument to create a mechanism to bring this together. As you said, Volodymyr, Ukraine has cutting-edge weapon systems, and Ukraine can deliver really fast and at low cost. This is precisely what we need in the European Union. But as you said, Volodymyr, Ukraine's defense industry is only operating at 60% of capacity. Now, our member states can take their SAFE loans and procure directly from Ukraine's defense industry. For our member states, it's high quality, fast and cheap. For Ukraine, it's both crucial revenues, but also the opportunity to strengthen its defense industrial base. To my second point, since the full-scale invasion, Europe has been and will stay Ukraine's largest donor, with almost 165 billion euros of support. And this year alone, we will cover 84% of external financing needed. As part of this support, I can announce €1 billion payment in macro-financial support, dear Volodymyr. I can also announce a payment of more than 3 billion euros from the Ukraine facility. And these guarantees and grants that we are signing here today, you said it, Georgia, and you said it, Volodymyr, it's outstanding. They are set to unlock 10 billion euros in investment for growth, recovery and reconstruction of Ukraine. And we will ensure that Ukraine is supported until 2028 and beyond, when the new European budget kicks in. The new partnership with Ukraine will also play a key role in boosting private sector investment. That will be critical to reconstruction. And we will be able to build on strong foundations. Volodymyr, I listened very carefully. You said we need a special reconstruction fund. I am particularly pleased to announce today the European Flagship Fund for the Reconstruction of Ukraine, the largest equity fund globally to support reconstruction. It will, together with the private sector, kickstart investment in energy, transport, critical raw materials, dual-use industries. We are literally taking a stake in Ukraine's future by leveraging public money to bring large-scale private sector's investments and help the rebuild of the country. And I'm particularly pleased, and I think from the bottom of my heart, that we are building this together with Italy, Germany, France, Poland, and the European Investment Bank. Thank you so much for your commitment. And I trust others will be eager to join. The people of Ukraine are ready to drive their country's economy into the future. The time to invest is now. Finally, on political support. Under relentless fire, Ukraine is passing reform after reform. That's impressive. Ukraine stands ready to proceed with the next step on the accession path. Ukraine is delivering on its reforms. Now we must too, because the accession process is based on merits, and Ukraine merits moving forward. The Commission is very clear. Ukraine is ready to open Cluster 1, the fundamentals cluster. Now we have to act to move forward for millions of Ukrainians, soldiers, teachers, doctors, farmers, you name it, for Ukrainians from all walks of life. And for them, the future has two flags: the flags of Ukraine and the flags of Europe. This recovery conference is all about bringing Ukraine and its future to Europe. And Ukraine's future is in Europe. Let's make it happen together. Slava Ukraini, long live Europe.
Please welcome now His Excellency Friedrich